They really want to get a score in excess of maybe 130, 140. Right now it's 120 for one with some 3.5 overs remaining. There she goes again, looking to really muscle the ball around, but I'm just getting it, trickling it out there to the fielder, the short cover. And so Gasper bowling a decent 2 deliveries so far. Trying to keep it wicket to wicket. So you see another change in the field. So skipper Etienne asking Gasper to bowl to attack the stumps. Anything outside out on the offside too wide will be dangerous. So she's saying attack the stump, try to at least get one bowled. LBW may not really come into play now. I think the intent is to get them out caught. And looking to go for one. They looking for the second, but it's not on. Good call. Marceline really looking to capitalize on anything slack, anything loose from the fielders, from the bowlers. Running the first one hard, you can see her there. After using the feet and charging. But again, a good delivery from Gasper. Gasper is bowling really well, Samuel. Doing just what skipper Etienne has asked of her.
Yeah, pretty crafty bowler is Gaspar. She bowls wickets to wicket, keep the line just on the field set. And I've been very impressed with her bowling so far. And you can see some tiredness from Marceline here. I mean, give all credit due to her. She opened the batting, did really well, ran the ones and twos early, and facing some 50 deliveries. She's expected to be tired. She just needs to hold her composure now, take a deep breath, and keep her shape and try to finish the innings. Hitting now down to mid on. Country first single.
Yeah, again, Marceline really showing, that she has the pedigree to be an opening batter and taking responsibility. She's always looking to run the first one hard, trying to make sure that she's ready to pounce on anything that the fielder may bobble. And so definitely she's working hard. Again, it says a lot about her fitness. The fact that she's always, just looking to capitalize. So really good signs from her. She's on 63. St. Lucia at the end of over number 17, 124 for one, 3 overs remaining. Skipper Etienne and her team Dominica will want to make sure that they close off this inning as best as possible. Definitely, they would want to restrict St. Lucia to under 150. I think St. Lucia, based on how they have been, progressing, will be looking for maybe a score of close to 150. So really a good, interesting encounter we have here. This is the first game of the T20 tournament, the women's T20 tournament. And so far, it's set to be an interesting one. So Gasper completing her spell. She has had some 4 overs for 35 runs, not picking up any wickets. In the context of how the other bowlers have bowled, we may say it's a bit on the expensive side, but really going at about 8.5 per over in the context of T20 is not too bad bowling. And this is women's cricket, we're not saying that they can't, but in the men's game, you know, being able to bowl under 10 is suggestive of pretty good, decent bowling. So definitely, I think Gaspar has done well.
Changing bowling here is Fontaine.
No. Nice. That's it, Anisha. Keep going.
Post ball, dot ball. A little bit area to cover there by Marceline. And I think now something got to give here now for the batters. With somewhat 3 overs remaining. I mean, it's really here to get out for a batter like Marceline.
Yeah, I want to quite agree with you. Interestingly, you see Fontaine wicket keeping, but not recognizing that she's such a good bowler. So far, she's been spot on. Been keeping the batters in check, giving this one some room. A run out is on the card. And it's foiled.
Didn't get out by the keeper.
Some excitement being created there. Definitely, you expect that Marceline will be out, but the keeper getting the throw, not really collecting it cleanly, and definitely a chance missed there by Dominica to pick up an extra wicket. Marceline gets onto this one, striking powerfully past the mid-off fielder and going into the boundary now. So definitely she's showing that she's going to capitalize on the mistake that was made by Team Dominica and a boundary to her. So Marceline moves on to 68 from 55 deliveries. Team St. Lucia 130 for 1. Definitely 150 seem to be on the card.
Yeah, well, as I just mentioned, it's here to get out from here on. And I don't think she has the power. And she hits that over the infield again. The midfielder has more work to do. Down to the boundary for 4. Another boundary to Marceline. Score moves to 134. And that's good batting here, Mr. John.
Yeah, really good batting by Marceline. I think she's out there. She understands the conditions. She's seen all that Dominica has to offer, and so now she's in that place where she can really take advantage of anything loose, anything short, anything offline, and so far she has done that. So some 2 overs remaining. We're into over number 18. Into over number 19. 18 completed. It's 134 for 1. Really good batting out there by Marceline. Crafton is out there with her. Crafton known to be a powerful striker of the cricket ball. And as so far, you know, Dominica has really kept her in check. For what we know of her, I think the Dominicans have bowled pretty well to her. And she would be looking to maybe unleash the shackles and really look to pounce on what is offline, maybe use her feet a bit more and try to get it past the infield and use what we know as her strength.
Yeah, Crafton, one of the more aggressor in the batting lineup of the St. Lucian. She had a century in the 50-over edition earlier on. So she would know what it's like to hit the ball over the ropes. Played on. And she's bowled by skipper Etienne, trying to hike that one over long on. And the demise here to Crafton.
Yeah, getting a thick inside edge and bring it only back onto the stump. But you can see the intent. I think they're going for broke, hit or miss. They're looking to launch everything. And I mean, with wicket in hand, I mean, there's no reason why, you know, you should be looking to prod and push. You definitely can get the ball off the boundary. So inside edge working, Etienne striking. Definitely Dominica will feel a bit let down because that should have been the 2 new batters at the crease. The keeper missing in the previous over, missing the run-out chance of Marceline. Now you have the wicket off Crafton, and so definitely it should have been 2, but Marceline remains. She's on 72. A new batter coming in that of Malaika Edward. Again, no let up for the Dominicans. Edward, we know, is a good striker of the cricket ball also. And so definitely they will have to keep the pressure on and see how they can get her back into the hut as quick as possible.
Yeah, well, the pressure is really on the Dominican fielders right now because everybody coming in is trying to get it over the ropes. Now want to see through the cover region. And I think every delivery run will be looked at.
Yeah, at this stage you want to capitalize on every delivery. Once you get it maybe to the left or to the right, you look to make sure that you get a run once the fielder has to move. And so far the fielders seem to be right back on the circle, those that are in the circle except for the cover. Short fine leg close to the circle. The short mid-wicket, she's a bit inside.
Be very interesting to see what field skipper Etienne sets here. Calls up the sweep on the offside. Marceline putting her in a short mid-wicket region. And now she runs up to bowl. Pitched up. Hit down to long off. Coming back for 2. Good run in here.
And I must say I'm really, really impressed with Namaya Marceline and the way she's aggressive in terms of running her runs. From the time she hit this one, you could have heard the call for 2.
And dropped. Dropped just where the captain had placed the mid-wicket fielder shot. Straight to the fielder. And a dolly going down here.
Yeah, badly judged catch there by the fielder there. I think she thought it was coming. It died on her a bit, but she was in no position to really bring in that catch there. And so the catch going down.
From the hit down to long off. For another single. Skipper Etienne doing a very good job here.
Yeah, in the context of the game, I think what has happened so far, really doing a good job, not really allowing the batters to get underneath the ball to lift it, over the infield. They've been playing it, but playing it along the ground. And so definitely she's using her experience. And we know that Pearl Etienne is a very experienced cricketer at this level. And so definitely she knows what to do.
Come on, Jennifer!
Looking for 2 here. And they make it home safely.
So over number 19 completed. St. Lucia women 141 for the loss of 2 wickets. 1 over remain. 150 on the cards. We can tell you that Pearl Etienne has just completed her quota of 4 overs. And she's gone for 23. Could have had another one, but she picked up only the solitary wickets. And definitely, she will feel that the girls maybe have let her down a bit in terms of that dolly of a catch going down. But she has to put that behind her and look to make sure that the focus is on closing off this over and the innings under 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with a very good force over from Fontaine. She's been given the last over to complete this inning here. Chip down is in the air. Would it be caught? 1 is dropped. And the batsman will come back for a second. And they get it.
Dominica not really looking well in the field. A number of catches going down. I think this is where they really need to tighten up. This is the final over. You want to take whatever chances. The chances are going to come.
And that one would go into the boundary. Dragged down and pulled behind square for 4. Malika Edwards taking every opportunity she could get here in the last over.
And that is what is needed. It's the final over. You go for broke. Make sure that you get bat onto ball. And that one there was just powerfully hit. So anything offline, anything that is in the arc where she can free those hands, I dare say she will go after it.
Chip down again. He's going to look for two, but I don't think Marceline has it in her. She's been out there from the beginning of the innings. And to be running ones and twos here says a lot about her fitness here, Mr. John.
Well, I think once Edward had agreed, they would have gotten two because Edward is the person going to the danger end. So Marceline coming to the bowler's end. I don't think she would have been in any danger. Edward being the fresher of the two, you will expect that she would run the first one hard and really try to get back up. But recognizing that she cannot make it, decided against it. Again, another miss. Another miss, a chance for a stumping. And the keeper just, the ball falling out of her hand. There goes Marceline chipping down. Ball bubbling out of the gloves of the keeper. And she has an opportunity to live on.
Tough couple fumbles in having the keeper bowling and somewhat other fielder keeping. I would say probably it's a little expected.
Well, I want to agree with you. Having the keeper bowling and bowling decently, I must say.
Down again. He's coming for a single, and that's 150 up. And the St. Lucia women managed to get 150 here. They allotted 20 overs.
Well, there you have it. 150, Team St. Lucia. 150 for two. Really champion batting from Namaya Marceline. She opened the batting and she's heading off the field now, having batted the full quarter of 20 overs, coming out with some 78 not out from 61 deliveries, a strike rate of 127. I mean, definitely something that, Team St. Lucia will be proud of. She will be really happy. I'm happy to see that she's, as a woman cricketer, she's at this fit. 20 overs of batting is no easy feat, and she has just set a standard for Team St. Lucia.
Yeah, well, we're just completing the 50-over version of the tournament. She's accustomed to batting at a long period of time, so it's no different coming to the T20. She just had to play the same way. Nothing different. Rotate the strike, bat as long as possible as the opening batsman, and give the team a chance to have a good score.
Okay, really? So that's the thoughts there of Samuel Charles. Let me just give you a quick run through of what has happened in the first part of the innings. Dominica deciding to bowl after winning the toss. St. Lucia, Kiana Joseph, Namaya Marceline opened the innings. Kiana Joseph went for 25, bowled Valmont. She faced some 19 deliveries. Zeta James, she came in, 8 runs, 19 deliveries. She was retired hurt. Narissa Crafton came in. She was bowled by Paul Essien for 16 of some 17 delivery. Malaika Etienne, 10 not out from some 6 deliveries. And the hero of the moment, Namaya Marceline, 78 not out from 61 deliveries, a strike rate of 127. I'm giving you a total of an even 150. Bowling for Dominica, the most economical bowler will have been Jeannie Valmont. She bowled some 4 overs, 1 for 21. Paul Etienne also had 4 overs for 23. Jennifer Gasper, she had 4 overs for 35. Maya Gilbert, 4 overs, 29 runs, no wickets. Regis, she had 2 overs, 21. And Fontaine, 2 overs for 19. And so there you had it. Team St. Lucia 150 for 2. Dominica will be up against it. They would need 151, and we will see you on the next side as we await the reply of the Dominicans. All right. So we're back here at the Lasseter's playing field, and we've seen the completion of the first inning. St. Lucia batting well, 150 for 2. And it will be the turn of the Dominicans as they seek to chase down the total that has been set. We've seen some really good outstanding cricket from Namaya Marcelin, scoring some 78 runs in the innings, batting some 20 overs. And dare say really have guided the St. Lucians to that total of 150, which at one time we were questioning whether they would really get there, but she steadied herself. She ran the ones, ran the twos, and really with the assistance of Malaika Edwards and Crafton, I think they did really well to post a total of an even 150. So Dominica, in response, they would need 151. A lot would depend on their openers. A lot will depend on the most experienced Etienne. She, so far in the tournament, has been, in Grenada, let's put it that way, her time here in Grenada has been really well spent. She had some good scores in the 50-over format. And now the T20s, we know that she can hit it pretty hard. She can hit it cleanly. A lot would depend on her. A lot would depend on these two batters who are out here for Dominica to make sure that they get off to a good start. Maybe utilize the power play and ensure that they put their team in a position where they can pull off a victory. But St. Lucia definitely will have a lot to say about that. Captain Zeta James, Kiana Joseph, and the rest of the bowlers will have a lot to say about that. I mean, when you look at the experience that St. Lucia has, especially in their bowling lineup, it means that once they execute their plans, they will be the favorites to maybe win this game. But Dominica, again, you cannot write them off. You really cannot write off Dominica. They've done well.
Let's play.
And one will hope that they would respond well and make this game as interesting as possible. We're just about to see the first delivery of the second innings. And I have with me, making his debut in the commentary box, Samuel Charles, one of St. David's senior cricketers. Definitely, you may find that he's quite spoken, but we will work on that. Again, it's his debut, and so we would, assess at the end of his debut, and we can give him some feedback that he may continue to do the commentary. And then we see Dominica losing their first wicket. Really, really, really important strike there. They're on the back foot, losing the first wicket. 1 run on the board. Oh my, oh my. A disastrous start for Dominica. They will not like this. We're going to see the replay shortly. As Sanford is the one seemed to be dismissed as the bowler comes up. Edge found, and the keeper taking a good catch. Taking a good catch there. So definitely a big blow for Dominica. Again, pressure is on Etienne. I think she's coming out to the middle there now. It means that a lot would depend on her. She may need to play an inning similar to what Marcelin did and maybe bat through the overs and ensure that she gives Dominica a chance at winning this game.
Yeah, Mr. John. Early strike here for the Lucian women. Selena Ross, a very, very crafty left-hander coming from the riverbank end. You can see she's bowling nice and tight on the off stump, getting the ball to shape back into the right-hander. Playing outside the line, getting her inside the edge and to the keeper. Early strike for her here.
So Dominica
over to you.
And Etienne will want to make sure that from here on in, they utilize the conditions, the power play, early days. And there she goes, pulling that one through the long on region. They cross for one. That's all they would have. But yeah, as you rightly said, Samuel, the Ross seemed to be bowling and getting that ball just to shape a bit. Using the conditions that is here, the wind seemed to be up a bit, and so she's doing quite a bit with the ball.
She bowls again. That looks straight, but pretty good on the leg side, and it would pass with fine leg inside the circle. That one ran away to the boundary. Seems like an inside edge here. No leg by signal by the umpire. So that is runs, and that's 4 runs.
Yeah, inside edge onto the passing between the legs of the batter and going down to the fine leg for 4. But again, 4 welcome runs. That would ease some pressure. The run rate required will be 7.5 thereabout. Now, if they can keep above that for the 20 overs, definitely they will come up in the ascendancy.
Once again, shape in, and she's outdone by the in swing. Natural movement from the left-hander, Selena Ross, bowling stump to stump. And Jem gets bowled. As you see, and the swing just clipping the pads and ricocheting onto the stumps. And another wicket down. The score is 6 for 2.
Well, I can tell you St. Lucia will be elated to see the back of Eloy. It means that another new batter coming to the crease. Definitely pressure is on Dominica. St. Lucia on the charge. Playing around that one, not being able to get the bat onto it. Yorker length, the movement again that Ross is getting in the air seems to be really what is defeating the batter so far. And she's looking really, really good.
Yeah, it's very good as Ross. As I said, bowling stump to stump. Encouraging the batsman to play. And if you played on the wrong line, you would be dismissed.
So it's going to be Rosilia Regis taking strike.
Yeah, that leg.
And she will want to make sure that she stays there, stem the fall of wickets. With that sort of movement, you can see that the field is adjusted. But Dominica has to respond. Everyone will be hoping that Dominica responds.
White ball signal by the umpire. And again, you could see the inward movement. The natural in swing from the left-hander. Starting just around leg, middle on the leg. And he's swinging so much that swings away down the leg side and it's been called wide. And again, it's the same thing, but that is going down the leg. The movement is carrying it way down the leg. And that's a very good over, a very good start for the Lucian women. After the first over, Dominica batting 7 for 2.
Give me a 5, man. Give me a 5, man. That is
St. Lucia really, their tails are up. You can see them. They're chirpy. They're really looking to maybe stifle the Dominicans. Can Dominica respond? Will Dominica respond? How will they respond? That is the question that we're asking here. I know that the whole of Dominica will have their hopes on Etienne. A really good clean strike of the cricket ball. Anything loose, I dare say she will pounce, and so we expect to see some good clean hitting from her. I think if St. Lucia is able to keep her quiet, they will have an opportunity in this game. If they don't, then definitely she could be the one to help to bring Dominica to victory. So a lot in store, a lot is on her shoulders, but this is T20. We cannot say that it can't be done. I dare say T20 cricket, a really fast-paced game, and anyone getting off on a good track like this, a lot of runs could be scored.
Go square leg. I don't need to find it.
And on the other hand, if you were to be a Dominican
Come on,
batter,
Tiari.
I mean, with
You working
some
with me?
2 early wickets in the first over,
You working with me, buddy?
and still in the power play, would be called for some sort of intent as a captain. Not reckless intent, but intent knowing that, okay, the fielders are in and it's still opportunity to score a lot of runs.
Come on, Alex. Only one.
So
The new bowler here is Steady Crow.
Keep bowling, Tiari.
Tiari.
okay, so it's
Craw-
Tiari Crawford from the B end,
Crawford, sorry, yeah.
and she's
You dirty.
had a good start. Ball on target so far. Going down the leg side, definitely. But you can see the intent, Samuel. She's looking to keep it wicket to wicket. Not really allow the batters to free their arms. I think she understands the power play bowling. They need for wicket to wicket, make sure that they don't get that opportunity to free their hands. And so far, so good.
Let's see down the ground to long on.
Well,
Regis gets up the mark. Down to long on.
well,
And as you said, bowling the first 3 overs of T20 game, the ball will move for the first 3-4 overs. There will be a lot of inward and away movement. And I think as a bowler, you would want to bowl wicket to wicket here. Wide signal by the umpire. And they just scramble for one.
So the score moves on to 10 for 2 over number 2 in progress. As we've been saying, I think this pair, 2 of the more experienced batters in the Dominican lineup, a lot would rest on their shoulders to make sure that they steady the Dominican innings.
As you can see again, wicket to wicket bowling. Batsman checking that delivery. Because she has a pretty open stance, like waiting for the length ball or that short ball to hike over mid wicket, where there's no fielder in the deep. 2 fielders now are long on and long off. And bowler bowling to the field here is bowling very straight and at a half volley length, encouraging the batsman to hit down the ground. And that's a full toss. Oh. Going down for the slug sweep. Full delivery. Getting a top edge, but loopy for a minute. But it wasn't in the air long enough. As you can see the replay here. Going for the slug sweep. Getting a top edge. Just going high and landing before any fielder could get hands to it.
So you can see the intent from Regis. She's looking to make sure that she capitalizes on anything loose. I think I've seen that one there. Her eyes may have lit up. And knowing that it's a full toss, it's an easy hit over the infield. But getting a leading edge. And so over number 2 comes to an end. The score, Dominica 10 for 2. Current run rate of 5 runs per over. They will need to score at just over 7.5 on over if they're going to get anywhere close to the total of 151. And so a lot rest here on the remaining 4 overs of the power play and also the rest of the innings. It's going to be Ross, Selena Ross with her tail up. 2 wickets in her first over. And 2 really good wickets. Will have her tail up, and she's ready. You see the shape on that delivery again. I'm just tailing into the legs of the batter. And so I'm really, really good bowling. Good cricket from Team St. Lucia. Good bowling there from Ross. Keeping it steady, keeping it tight, allowing it to use the conditions and do her bit.
And again, you can see sticking to the plan, getting the ball up, stump to stump, allowing the ball to get its inward movement. And as Etienne Well struck down to long on for a single. It's Captain 80. And she's batting with her intent here as a captain, knowing that it's power play. She knows she still needs to counter here.
Yes, and counter they need to, and they need to counter quickly.
That's down the leg side. And the batsman crosses for a single, and wide signal by the umpire. So that's 2 additional runs.
Definitely they would want to capitalize on these deliveries. Anything that you can get now at this stage, you want it to have it. Plus the bowler still has to re-bowl the delivery. But definitely the intent is there.
Again, you've seen attacking the stump is Selena Ross. Just checking the deliveries, ATN. And there's nothing much that she really can do, trying to rebuild with 2 wickets falling early, Mr. John. And you can see as a captain, she's really trying to get through this power play. And again, just a little width, 3 arms down the ground. Long and fielder runs across.
Well done.
They only managed to get 1.
Yeah, so as you were saying, you see, I think she understands that a lot depends on her. And so she's ready to mix aggression with temperament. She's really, I think her experience will carry her through at this stage. All that is needed is, for me, is that she needs to bat the full quarter of the innings in order to try and get her team across the line.
And it's missed by everybody outside the off stump. And what looks like buys here. Umpire signaled 4 runs and there was an edge. Looking at the replay, outside the off stump, and there was a bottom edge between the slips and the keeper. And that's another 4 runs for Regis here. Score moves to 19. And some good valuable runs in the power play after losing 2 early wickets.
Valuable indeed. They will want a few more. Full delivery. Crash down to long on. Good job there by the fielder down there at the long on boundary, coming in and fielding cleanly. But again, another good over by Ross. 20 for 2 after over number 3. It says that they're rebuilding, Samuel, they're rebuilding. It's not as fast as one may hope, because they really need to have the run rate required maybe under a runner ball, and then they can really, maybe start saying that they're in control. But so far, the run rate required is above a runner ball, and so it's going to take a bit of hitting if they're going to get, anyway close to that 151 total. How would they respond? Let's look and see. But so far, so good.
Yeah, the run rate is not really a big one. I mean, currently they're going at 6.6. The required rate is 7. So not really much to ask for in terms of taking big risk. But you just need time, and the rotation of strike would get you to that 7. So a little bit of work here to be done by the Dominican batters. That's a single down to long off.
All right, ladies.
So it's game number 1 of the doubleheader here for today. Later on, Team Grenada.
Well.
They would come up against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I can tell you, if the Grenadians are looking at this game or have looked at any part, they would like what they're seeing. The conditions good for batting.
Down the leg side. And I think at this stage, they will be looking for 2 here. The batters with leg by signal by the umpire. The batters should be looking for 2 here. They should be running hard, knowing that the boundaries isn't coming. They're still in the power play. And every run here, that was set up how good they bat in the middle overs to get that total of 150.
Yeah, I quite agree with you there, Samuel. They need to show a little bit more intent and ensure that they run and take advantage of any misfield, take advantage of, any delivery that they can score off, that they can get any extra run. Again, down the leg side, strain. That one running close to the boundary. Will not go into the boundary. It's pulled back now, but 2 runs, and that's what we're talking about. That's the sort of intent that you need as we look for the signal wide from the umpire. And so that's 3 extra runs. And so definitely they're being aided in this over by some extras. They would be happy for that. What's next is to get some bat on ball and maybe get a couple of 6s, a couple of 4s that would help to, ease the pressure that has been placed on them by the St. Lucians.
Hit down to the long off region. Another single to Regis. And yeah, coming out of the power play, the Dominica would want to be somewhere around 36, 40, 45 with a rotation of strike. Anything over 36 would be very good. And they're coming back for 2 here. Chance for a run out. Oh, a direct hit shoe would have been a goner here.
Yeah, definitely a direct hit would have been a goner. The fielder in Edward took a bit of time to get around, but definitely you can see that Regis was struggling. She had to really get the legs pumping there. She tried her best to get it. The return from Edward was a pretty strong one, but it was just a little too much up to the bowler who couldn't gather. And so again, Regis lives on, but I get good intent from Team Dominica. 28 for 2 after 4 overs. As you were saying, Samuel, with 2 overs to go, you definitely want to have maybe a bit, I would say maybe a 15, 20 runs added to this total. That would sort of give them a sense of respectability. And then from there, they can maybe progress further. As we see, we have a bit of a break in there. What seemed to be maybe an injury to one of the Dominican batters.
Yeah, probably maybe pulling a hamstring coming back for the second.
Maybe a bit of cramp setting in. We're going to get some information on her in a while. Looking at what is happening, I'm wondering if she's not exhausted or maybe a sort of whatever it is. We would find out what is happening shortly. But St. Lucia having stranglehold so far on this game. Dominica 28 for 2, 2 early strikes from Selena Ross helped to set the Dominican response on the back foot. So far, Captain Etienne and Regis are really trying to counter. Etienne some 6 runs from 9 deliveries. Regis 8 runs from 11 deliveries. Extras 9, 8 wides, 1 leg by. And that's all you've had. As we just try to see what is happening. The player is still down. That seems to be Regis. She seems to be down still. There seems to be a little bit of concern out there, as she seems to be stretchered. She's going to be stretchered off. One will hope that everything is well with her, that she is not anything serious. We would really be happy to know that no one has injured themselves. So she would be retired hurt. That's Regis.
So the ingoing batsman will be Fontaine.
Okay, so the incoming batsman,
Will be Fontaine.
wicketkeeper Fontaine. She will need to, accompany skipper Etienne. Maybe look to put on a really decent partnership. There's still some 2 overs in the power play. Definitely, she has to make sure that she comes out with that intent to get the bat on ball, get the boundaries, and ensure that Dominica, after the power play, is in a position to really challenge the 150 set by Team St. Lucia.
Let's just hope things doesn't really crumble here for the Dominicans, because Regis and Captain Etienne was just starting to build a partnership. And now with the unfortunate injury coming back for 2 there. No, new batter has to come into the crease and see how well they can build a partnership in chase of the total of 150.
That's one left arm. Over the wicket to you.
Selena Ross to continue from the riverbank end. A 3rd over. Starts outside the off stump on wide signal by the umpire.
Quite interestingly, that ball pitched, and instead of coming in, it went away. So that means she's getting the ball to move both ways. And so it could be a handful when you're a left-arm piecer who has the ball moving in both directions. And so Fontaine has to be careful here. As we see that one pitched up, and she got a really decent connection onto it, getting it down to long on. They cross for 1, so the score now moves on to 30 for 2. We're in the power play. Dominica responding to St. Lucia, 150 for 2. They're up against it a bit. 2 wickets down. They've lost the services of Regis for a while. One hopes that she's okay. But skipper Etienne is out there. Going over
Clears
the top.
front. And that's over the middle fielder. Skipper Etienne clears her front leg and goes over the middle fielder. And that goes into the boundary for 4.
Yeah, good strike there from skipper Etienne. I think recognizing that there needs to be a bit more urgency in terms of the power play, finishing the power play on a high. You can see her opening up the leg and really looking to carve that one over the top. There was no intent of keeping it down, but all the intent was to get it up over the infield, and she did that really well. And so she's on the charge, hoping to bring Dominica close to victory.
And again, just down the leg side. The inward movement from Ross. Starting on leg. And that's a wide and another run to the Dominican innings. Recovering from 6 for 2 after the first over. They're batting 35 for 2 in the 5th over. Wide again. Wide outside the off stump is Ross. Trying to start an off stump to get it real moving. But as I said earlier, in the first 4 overs, you will get the ball moving inward and outward. As you can see now, after 4 overs, you can see the ball just holding its line. It's not really swinging as much as it was in the beginning. So she would have to stay more on the stump, is Ross. There you can see straighter this time. Just knocking it out to the point fielder. Is Etienne.
Yeah, Ross really doing a good job here for Team St. Lucia. bowling a decent line, decent length, asking a lot of questions of skipper Etienne. Definitely, you're hoping that Etienne will stay there for the cause of Dominica.
Pitched outside the half stump and no contact made. Umpire signal byes there. So they crossed for 1 bye. Another one added to the score. The score is 37 for 2. 2 deliveries to complete the 5th over.
And with these 2 deliveries, definitely Fontaine will want to capitalize, maybe get 2 boundaries out of it, maybe 1 if not 2. But whatever it is, they would really accept it at this stage to make sure that they leave the power play with a pretty decent total. Good delivery from Ross again, touching down just on the stump and getting that one to leave the right-handed Fontaine. Really, Ross showing some good skills. One delivery to go in her 5th over.
Oh, and again, miss it. Everything. Beating the batter on the inside. Trying to go straight, passing between her bat and her legs. And it also beats the keeper. And they go too far by. End of the over. Score is 38 for 2.
After 5 over, 7 minutes down.
Okay, so Team St. Lucia really having a stranglehold on Dominica, but Dominica looking to break the shackles. 1 over to go in the power play. We've had 5 so far. This is the last over, and definitely Dominica will want to capitalize as we see a change in the bowling from the bay end or the commentary box end. It will be Crafton.
Nerissa Crafton, yeah?
We keep it in.
And what we know again, Samuel, is that Crafton is another left-handed medium pacer. So definitely, seeing what Ross has done with the ball, St. Lucia will be hoping that the same thing will happen and she can get that movement and maybe be as steady as Ross was.
Yeah, another very handy all-rounder is Crafton. And she has more aggressive intent. Get into that crease. You could see as she runs up, passes the umpire into Fontaine, just outside the half stump. Nudges that one behind half point is Fontaine, and they crush through for a single.
Good start so far from Crafton. She's operating with a packed offside field. Only 3 on the leg side. You have a wide fine leg, more closer to the deep backward square, let's put it that way. A short mid wicket, a mid off, long off, sorry. She has a extra cover, point, and a short third man. 1 slip in.
And that's a dot ball. It's a very interesting field set with having Crafton bowl just outside the off stump, and there is nobody sweeping outside on the offside, and just that one fielder down at the long off area. I know skipper Etienne will be looking at that offside. She will want to hit it over that cover, extra cover region. She would want to go aerial here as Crafton runs in, passes umpire straight on the pads, just flick her up the square leg, and they run for a single here.
Yeah, I think, Samuel, the intent here by skipper James is to ask Etienne to try to clear the field, and anyone that is miscued or not hitting really the meat of the bat has the potential to be caught. So I think a good ploy from skipper James to ask her to clear the infield. And so it's called dangling the carrot. Yeah, so it's out there. You're going to ask the bowler to bowl it out there. with the hope that she may miss it one and they come up with a pretty easy catch.
You can see the batsman just checking it on the outside, eh? And you can see the aggressive intent from the St. Lucian captain also, with keeping that extra feeler in on the outside, as you said. Encouraging the batsman to go aerial. I mean, it's an opportunity for runs as well as the captain is an opportunity to pick up a wicket also.
Yeah, and in this format, you may decide to give away maybe 4-6 runs, but if you're getting the wicket and a big wicket of pull it, and will be a added value for you.
And that's high. That's high in the air. Chance for a catch. Kiana Joseph is on it, and she took it. Wonderful catch. It hung in the air long. She backpedaled as you can see the replay here. He was in the air for a while. She was backpedaling. Good technique. Hands close to the body. And a good catch here from Kiana Joseph.
And this is what we were just saying, you know, you ask the batter to hit over the infield, and the miscue shot, you see it coming right there, and a good catch taken there by Joseph. But again, as we just identified, the intent of the opposing skipper is to make sure that you get shots like these being played, because you understand it's the end of the power play, you want to capitalize, and so definitely bring in the demise. And yet another wicket for Team St. Lucia. Dominica being pushed back. They're at 40 for 3 in the 6th over. One delivery to go in the power play.
Do it again, buddy.
And the incoming batsman is Amaya Gilbert.
So again, no change to the field.
I think the long off just came into the circle.
Okay, so
I think actually there is no one out of the circle for the last delivery in the power play. Skipper James had everybody come into the circle.
well, I think Skipper James understanding that Gilbert is not the strongest of hitters, and so she's hoping that, you know, she can frustrate her by keeping the boundaries away from her, keeping her from rotating the strike, trying to get her to remain on strike for as long as possible.
Last delivery to end the power play. Crafton runs in. In the air, straight to point. And it's a wicket. Good catch by Selena Ross. As you said, well done by the skipper James here, bringing everybody on the inside the 30-yard circle.
Send the ball.
Tempting the batsman to go over the top here. And she didn't get enough bat on it. Straight to the fielder, Selena Ross. And that's another wicket down for the Dominican.
Yeah,
they're in trouble now.
Really good execution there by Ross, taking a ball just over the head. But Gilbert not really getting the sort of connection. The intent was there, but the connection was not there. And so definitely presenting what we would say to be a easy, or made to be look easy, catch there to Selena Ross. Dominica losing another wicket. And so at the end of the power play, they're really up against it. Incoming batsmen seem to be Prevost. And so again, skipper Etienne will need someone to remain out there with her. Let's see what the intent would be from skipper James. Is she going to relax the field a bit, or is she going to keep that sort of pressure? Understanding that they're in good control, and the pressure is really on the Dominicans to really try and score quickly.
That's you.
There's a change in the bowling from the riverbank end. Seems to be just awaiting a confirmation.
Skipper Etienne really looking to get after the bowling now. That one just a bit wide and well flighted, but trying to go after it, hoping maybe to get it over the infield. Didn't make the sort of connection that she needed. But certainly pressure is on her now. She has to be thinking and thinking throughout this innings as long as she's out there. A lot depends on her.
Bowler seems to be Krishna Joseph here.
Come on, that's the only one.
St. Lucia doing a really good job of keeping Etienne quiet, hoping that she doesn't get off.
It's straight to point here. Another dot coming out of the power play here. You would not want as much dots as this with the field being spread now. The skipper Etienne see that. I don't know if she's trying to face much of the deliveries knowing that the wicket has been falling around her.
Come on, only
Now
one.
it's
She's
cut
there.
down to the deep cover point area. And she takes a single now. Score moves to 41 for 4.
Yeah, I think looking at what she has done so far in this over, she's not really looking to. I think she understands that some quick boundaries are needed, and so she herself, being one of the stronger hitters of the cricket ball, is hoping to take as much strike as possible.
Coming around to you.
It can work, but at the same time, it will put extra pressure on her, and maybe extra pressure on the batters to come if she gets out. So, really and truly, it is a tough situation to be in, and how she responds, let's see how it goes. But I think St. Lucia, at 41 for 4 after 7 overs, they are in the driver's seat.
Come on, ladies. Come on, let's move, ladies, let's move.
Yeah, with 2 wickets falling in the very first over of the inning. Dominica batting here. They was making a comeback. Unfortunately, the batsman retiring hurt, as I said, created a crumble in the innings with 2 wickets falling in succession. And then now fighting to rebuild is skipper Etienne with the rest of our batters.
Lucia.
And you look at what is happening here now. With skipper Etienne on strike, you have much more fielders outside. I'm hoping that she would maybe take the early single, and so that they can put the pressure back on the new batter. How would she go about it? It's very, very important. Good delivery there from Crafton, asking a lot of questions of Etienne. Her delivery just stealing into the legs, and at the same time threatening the stumps. Coming down just in time.
Well, ladies, let's get pushing, ladies.
So 41 for 4, as after 6 or 7.1 overs is a tough place to be, chasing 150.
Big swipe here by skipper 18. You can see the frustrations getting on because she's knowing that she need boundaries here.
Come on, ladies, you look
You
good,
can see checking at any loose one, just a swipe.
Yeah, I think seeing the short delivery there, she really seemed to be ready to pounce, but not really trying to time it. She was looking to more muscle it. And so losing her shape, losing her high head.
Come on, Nisha, only
Gets
one.
one closer into the pod, flicks down to mid wicket. The skipper 18 and they cross shoot for another single. Score moves to
Left
42.
it is, left it is. See, you jump. You jump.
I think the skipper 18 will need to trust our batters here. They will have to rotate the strike somewhat 16, 17 overs
Hey.
to see what position they're in to know when they have to launch
Yes,
after.
Yeah, definitely the dot balls in T20 builds pressure, and so you do not want to have too many dot balls at this time. But what will be needed is some boundary clearing. Can Prevost really clear the boundary? We wait to see. But Etienne, I think she knows that she can, and so she will want to make sure that she gets as much of this strike as possible.
Yeah.
So field change for the new batter. As you can see, field has come in a bit.
Guys.
One
steps
fielder
up
deep
the
out on
rope,
the
up
extra
the-
cover boundary. Everybody else is on the inner ring. That's Crafton. Runs into Prevost. Just outside the half stump on another dot. And I think that is what the skipper James would want
Let's give them moving it.
our
Let's
bowlers
get
to do.
moving. Let's
Get
go
in
to
as
the
much
far
dots
bowler.
to build as much pressure on the Dominican batters.
Yeah, well, with the dot ball, it means that the run rate required moves up every time you have a dot ball. And so you do not want the required rate to get too steep. And so definitely they would need Prevost
Hey, follow through, buddy.
to
Hey,
assist
get
with
the
the
ball, get the
scoring.
ball,
So
come
far,
and
2
play.
dot deliveries, moving the required rate up to some 8.96. More than 2 fours per over. Definitely they're up against the 8 ball here now.
Wide ball, wide down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. Another run. Score moves to 43. And I think the skipper 18 here would have to, as I said, back herself on the batters with somewhat 8.8. Rotational strike could give you at least 6, 7 for over. And doing that to reach about 16 overs, if you need like probably 10, 12 in the last 4 with the other batters to come, I think you should be backing yourself at the latter stage of the innings.
Yeah, well, it's good to think that, but I think what has to happen here, Prevost will need to get back on ball and definitely try to find the gaps. So far, she's been leaving alone. She's been beaten. And these dot balls definitely adding to the pressure of skipper Etienne. She will need to do something different as we see her speaking to her batter there, maybe encouraging her to get the single, get me onto strike. And let's see what happens. But they're really up against the 8 ball now. So I'm going to make way, and as I said, we have the debutant with us and doing a good job so far. I'm going to turn you over to Jason Skeet. He's here, and I'm sure he's going to help to coach our debutant into, the skills required.
Wide ball. See nobody umpire. Joseph to continue from the riverbank end.
Well, you've got to picture this. A stormy situation out in the middle of the ocean. The winds are raging. It's hurricane storm winds. You're out there in the middle with a canoe and no paddle. And when you picture that, then you'd understand the situation that Dominica is in right now. Good afternoon, Samuel. Well, yes, it is afternoon.
Good day to you, Mr. Skeet.
Samuel, you got your cap today, your commentator's cap. Not quite sure yet because he came in as a substitute, so I'm not quite sure whether or not he has gotten the cap per se. Normally when substitutes come in, they come in to face the blazing hot sun with no headgear. So just maybe, no cap just yet, Samuel, but enjoy it while you're on the field, and let's see what the selectors think, and you might be able to start the next series.
Yeah, I'm just doing my best here.
That's all that's required. All right, good afternoon, everybody, and that's the situation here. Dominica women 45 for 4. And, Kishana Joseph has the ball. That's single, dragging it from the offside. Don't know why she would have wanted to do that, because the field placing are pretty much even. And maybe just playing it a little bit square on the offside would have yielded maybe a boundary. Samuel, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, a lot of pressure is on them right now. They already know that they have to get 151 to win. And with 4 wickets down, they're fighting to rebuild here.
Well, it's Dominica is climbing a slippery slope. There is room to get up to the top. Getting up to the top won't be too much of a difficulty, but they've got to get up to the top. As we speak about slippery slopes, Barbados found themselves on an even slipperier slope, but we'll give you the details to that in just a moment. The Barbados men's team in an enthralling encounter against the Windward Islands over in Jamaica. We're going to give you the details on that in just a little bit. But here at the Lasajas playing field, good day for cricket. 31 degrees thereabout, feeling like 34 outside. And St. Lucia, after winning the 50-over version of the game on Wednesday, looking pretty good against Dominica.
With losing 1 wicket, and with the opening batter coming not out with over 50 yard, says a lot about the batting lineup and the ability to they could have mass more runs.
Well, Nisha Alexander is just hanging that delivery outside the off stump, looking to induce an edge. It could have been a little bit closer to the batter. Maybe just bringing it a little closer would have created some sort of unnecessary excitement for Dominica. This time she connects and beats the fielder. It will go for 1. It should have been 2.
And I think pressure on the skipper 18 here. She's searching for boundaries. And you can see the frustration, not even coming back for the second. She was really, she was...
Samuel is lost for words. He and all can't even believe it. It should have been 2.
She was really upset. Simple words to remember. She was really upset that she couldn't cash in on the boundary here. After hitting the ball, putting her head down and just settling for 1. Edged, past the keeper, past third man, and he will go for 4. And with only getting a single here by the captain, looks like a plus for the Dominicans. Getting an edge, Privo, and she picks up a boundary.
Clearly it wasn't planned. I think she was looking to go a lot straighter with that, but making some connection, and then maybe if you ask her, she would tell you later on that, yes, that was the clear intention. Most batters would tell you that it was the clear intention, but all's well that ends well. It ended in a boundary for Dominica, and that moves them on to 52 for 4. They need a whole lot more reconstruction than this.
Again, she's bold.
Well, just as when you thought they were getting the reconstruction serious about the innings, Dominica has plummeted even further now to 52 for 5. And this is carnage here. Nisha Alexander picking up another wicket. So picking up her first wicket, actually. And that has brought Dominica to 52 for 5 in all sorts of confusion. And as my good friend and mentor in cricket, Reds Pereira, would say, Dominica in tatters.
Yeah, well, with the run rate creeping up to almost 10 runs are over, you could see the aggressive intent with every delivery by for the Dominican batters. And after picking up a 4, try giving herself room again. Yucca length delivery. Inside edge onto the leg stump. And she has to go back to the dugout.
All right, so with that now, Dominica looking to try and see how much they can do some reconstructing again. Jennifer Gasper is heading towards the middle. And out there is her captain, Pearl Etienne. Pearl Etienne with wickets falling around her. She opened the innings and went one down, actually. She batted number 3, and she's there on 16. That's the only notable score. As a matter of fact, everybody else around her didn't even make double digits just yet. And she's the only one outside there in double digits. She's on 16, and she's been there for a while, 49 minutes, almost an hour. And her scoring has been very pedestrian, to say the least.
Yeah, she's really trying to reconstruct her innings here, but getting nobody to really stand up with her. And the frustration getting to her, she's not even making contact with the ball properly. She's forcing to get boundaries here and only running 1 when there should be 2. It's only called for added pressure.
Boy, that's so heavy.
And another dot to the new batter. Pretty tough ask here now with 5 wickets down. We're into the 10th over. Down into the pads. And that's another dot. And halfway stage, 10 overs gone. Dominica batting 52 for 5. With another 99 runs needed. 60 balls.
So over in Jamaica, the Barbados Pride playing the Windward Islands. Barbados going down for 126. The Windwards using just 38 overs and 1 delivery to dismiss Barbados. They were in all sorts of confusion, even starting the day. And it means that the Windward Islands Volcanoes would require a minuscule 16 runs to pick up their second victory in as many games here. So this one is more or less very elementary for the Windward Islands. The Windward Islands Volcanoes requiring just 16 to beat Barbados and take a clear lead on the table in the 4-day championship. The Windward's doing very well.
I'm very impressed. Got a couple of friends playing with the Windward Volcanoes. Ryan John, Darrell Cyrus, Kavim Hodge. I would say almost the whole Windward Islands Volcanoes team are my friends and teammates.
Checking the shot. That's Gasper. The wind that you're hearing coming through our microphones here at the commentary table is pretty much the same outside with mathematical exactitude, if you want to say that. And she's playing down the leg side. Just one. Quick single, putting a little bit of pressure onto the fielder. She would love that. And I'm quite sure Etienne wouldn't mind that at all. It would give her some strike. She wants to score. She wants to get on with it. Makes no point you being outside there this long and not going big and not going hard.
What I would say earlier, there was a Rolissa Regis.
Swing and a miss. And scoreboard not troubled. Dominica wouldn't mind. Full respect due. And the batter takes her time and comes forward. Pearl Etienne showing Joseph all the respect. That's what you get when you bowl a good delivery. You know about that, Samuel.
Yep.
Turning it nicely. That's a good shot. The kind of shot that you would have loved to see at the top of the innings from the openers. But at this stage of the game, I think she's just really fighting to see how much she can muster. Required run rate has jumped to over 10 per over. At present, they're scoring 5, so they would need to double that. My limited ability of mathematics tells me that they would need to just double that to give themselves a chance. 9 overs remaining. So if you're ever looking for a mountain, Dominica has one in front of them right now. Straight back to the bowler.
Oh,
1, 2, and then just not able to hold on to it. It's another chance going down. Take a look at it, Sammy.
Yeah, just half volley trying to hit it. Bowler got good hands, but couldn't grab the second chance.
It's going down leg, surely.
So another 2 dots here to begin this over. And more pressure to the Dominican batting innings.
This time it's airborne and dropped again. Back with a point and, well, catches win matches, St. Lucia. These may just come back to haunt you. Be very careful now.
The replay here. Just clearing her front leg. Trying to go over point, I think. Fine edge going down to the field at third man. An easy catch, dropped again.
Come again, Nisha, same thing.
He was only able to pick up a single. Pushing for another single here. Umpire signaling a leg by. So the score moves to 57. And in spite of the drop catches, dropped up hit the back with a point. No runs there. And in spite of the drop catches, as I was saying, St. Lucia still in the driver's seat here.
She's beaten. Probably hurt in the process.
The end of the over, the score 57 for 5. And as I was saying, Mr. Skeet, earlier on, Dominica, after the first over, Selena Ross picking up 2 wickets in the very first over. And skipper ATN and Rolisa Regis, who went out, retiring after coming back for 2. They was rebuilding very well. But she had pulled, I don't know if it's a hamstring or somewhat. It's Joseph again. Back and that suit that beat the square leg fielder. Was sure they coming back for the second. And they will get 2 comfortably. Another 2 runs added to the score. Score is now 59.
Yeah. No. Come. Sky!
Another misfield again. And they're able to cross for another single.
No, sorry, Michael. Over.
Lucian woman pretty lapsing in the field for the last couple overs here. Seen misfield drop catches. Yeah, down the
Just
track.
one, two.
It's it down to long on.
Back it up, ladies.
And they cross for a single.
Sorry. Come on, ladies. Fresh. Come on, ladies. Raise your heads, man.
Another single chance for another fumble again. Chance for another opportunity in mid-on. Just fumbling is a feeler. And with a good pick of the bowler. Down to long on. And another single. To Etienne. And another run out to the score.
That's the over.
And that to end the over. After 13 overs, the score is 63 for 5.
Come, ladies. Let's move. Nisha back.
Dominica
Same field, ladies.
would really love to put some runs on the board here, try their very best to get into form at this stage of the game. Just maybe it's a little bit too late for them. Not very much batting to come for Dominica. So I'm quite sure at this stage of the game, Captain Pearl Etienne would look to play to get into some kind of blistering attacking form to set herself up for tomorrow's game, whoever she meets.
Come on, that's it.
It's a good shot. It was wide outside the off stump and should have done a whole lot more with it, but we'll get 2 for it. She wouldn't mind getting 2. She holds on to the strike. That's more important.
Some good football skills there by the fielder at long off.
Man, on your
Coming
feet, on your
across.
feet.
Philip, that is.
Come on, man.
Philip at the
Anticipate
long
before
off
coming to you.
boundary.
Come on,
Another
finish
shot
anyone.
delivery. Get down to the deep. Fielder sweeping on the offside.
Come on, ladies. They get a bit too loose.
It's in the air. Keeper's under it. And that's an easy catch. And another wicket going down here for the Dominicans. Nisha Alexander picking up another wicket. You can see the replay here. Top edge is Gasper. And easily taken by the wicketkeeper. And Dominica in more trouble. What I would call unreachable.
For all intents and purposes, I think they've threw in the towel already. No, it's just robotics, so to speak. And Dominica, of course, 66 for 6, all 6s on the board. Dominica, the run rate has ballooned to 13 3/4. I've seen miracles in my lifetime. I'm a praying man. I've seen some miracles. And I would leave that right there. I've seen some miracles. If one is to come, then oh, what a miraculous day and situation it would be. Pearl Etienne, in the meantime, is hanging on 24. She's the only Dominican in double digits on the scorecard. Everything else looks like an overseas telephone number. And the Dominica has plummeted to 66 for 6. Surely St. Lucia would think that they've got the best chance now of winning this tournament, this T20 tournament. That's ill-advised. If you're going to play that, you want to probably try and get a little bit closer to it. There's no protection behind the wicketkeeper, no slip cordon. The nearest is a short third man, so you want to get a little closer to that.
Yeah.
Another one, short ball, crossing through the offside. And really Regis, after coming back in from retiring hurt, she gets another single. And that's the end of the over. It's 14 overs, 66 for 6, and I will make way for Mr. Ronald John. I would just like to say thanks for having me in the commentary booth.
All right. Well, Samuel, you're going to spend some time and work on your class. Will continue. And we all need classes. Don't get me wrong. I do get my classes from Joseph Reds Pereira. Good afternoon, Joseph. And the Reds Pereira always listening. I would get my phone call after, and he would say to me normally, Jason, next time I want you to try this. Next time you should do this. Try doing this. This is what will work better. I get my coaching all the time, and I've learned to obey the voice of experience and wisdom. He's not around for a long time, I guess. All right. Well, C.R. John has made his way back into the commentary booth. He's a long-distance runner today. Forward. Nicely played. Respect due. Couldn't do very much with that. You had a long stint this morning, hadn't you?
Yeah, quite a long stint, but again, it's getting used to the conditions.
This time backing away and giving herself some room. Dangerous shot. The bowler would be encouraged by that. She wouldn't mind the single. Kiana Joseph wouldn't mind that at all. If you're going to back away and leave those stumps exposed, then that's good. Different batter, same stroke, same result. This time through the offside, just one. Quite sure now if you're thinking like Kiana Joseph, you would think to put the quicker one and play right now.
Yeah, definitely. You want the quicker one to get the again now, taking it off the stump. But Joseph doing the right thing, attacking the stumps, asking questions of the Regis, who was off the field for a while, so we know she will take a little time to, you know, get her feet going again. But definitely the pressure is on. The dot ball raises the required run rate, and so pressure is building. A lot will depend on these two, as you say, Jason, the miracle that they may try to pull off.
Oh, well. And electing to play on the back foot. Dangerous living. Well, that brings us to the end of 15, 69 for 6. In the meantime, the current run rate is just about 4.6. The required run rate has now attached itself to a rocket. It has moved up to just under 17.
17 and over. Will take some hitting. For me, I'm not going to really say that they're out of it as yet, because knowing Paul Etienne, she can clear this boundary and clear it by a long way. So maybe a couple of deliveries off piece, and she just may be able to, you know, free the arms and really get some momentum into the Dominican innings, which has just been limping along.
Oh, that's the big shot you just spoke about. It's hanging in the air, but it will cross the boundary now. Yeah, it went for the maximum. It got the full treatment. And that one was struck with authority.
And that's what we've been seeing as we look at it again on the monitors.
Come on, Zay.
So captain to captain. Zeta James to Pearl Etienne. Superstar to superstar. She's looking to go again, but good bowling, good comeback by James. You got cramping her for some room. Hung it outside there for a little bit, getting some inward movement through the atmosphere.
Yeah, good delivery, really good delivery. Good contest on here.
Master one. Well negotiated. So this is good thinking here now by both bowler and batter. Good thinking.
Yeah, good thinking there by
Again, beating the fielder this time. One, they think about the second. I think it was on. It should have been on. Would have been close, but they would have been safe.
yeah, I think the slip at the end by Etienne is what halted or aborted the second run. But definitely, you can see her intention to get down and get out of the box quickly. So some urgency is being seen. How far it would bring them, let's wait and see.
Regis is on strike. And the Regis would love to make some connection here.
Yeah, Regis has, as we said, she was off the field, and so I think she...
Good shot along the ground. She's the only batter reaching double figures, save and accept Pearl Etienne. So she's outside there on 10 with her captain Pearl Etienne, who's moved to 30. The run rate has been heading to Mars. It's 17 and just about 17 and 3/4. In the meantime, the current run rate sits comfortably at home, going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, definitely a lot, not just a bit, but a lot of momentum needs to go to these remaining 24 deliveries to try to get some 76 runs. So they're really up against it, Jason.
It's called steering down the barrel. Good afternoon to our friends in St. Lucia. Indecision. St. Lucia, our friend Nurse Marcia. Have to say good afternoon to you. She's an ardent cricket fan. Met her a few weeks ago. And she was vacationing, touring the Caribbean. It's a good single. Realized the fielder on the in was resting. That's the captain, Zeta Jim. Resting and took the opportunity to pick up a single. She's just in front of square.
Yeah, again, really deliberately played there by Regis, who is seeking to get the hard-hitting Etienne on strike. I think that was the game plan there.
Giving herself room and crashing it through the offside. This is close. It could go out to the boundary. Just held up because of a thick grass outside there on the edge. But again, a powerful stroke. It really deserved more than what was milked from it. But this outfield here at Last Suggest, very thick, almost like a rug in your living room. So the ball holds up a little bit as it gets to the rope.
Yeah, you really need to strike it and strike it powerfully if you're going to really get the maximum. Once it touches the field, it tends to slow down. But we've seen that down at the bay end, it speeds along.
Again, she's favored that stroke. She's played it more than a half a dozen times already within the last 5 overs. She's played it with precision and backing away and just punching it through the offside. Dangerous shot at this stage of the game, if you're asking me. She could go straight back over the bowler head. There's absolutely nothing, no one down there, just acreage.
Well, she first has to get underneath that delivery, and if you look at what Joseph has been doing, is that she's trying to get it arrow straight and really get it up to the bat. So before you can wink, it's on you.
It's called using your feet. You're a bowler, so you wouldn't know much about that. You're a bowler. Some folks who work diligently in this cricket, like Carl Felix, the match referee, will tell you using your feet is always a critical part of batting. Don't tell that to Sir Viv Richards. He would tell you hand-eye coordination. Chris Gay will tell you hand-eye coordination. They were both brutal with it. But Carl Hooper, on the other hand, would tell you something totally different. Brian Lara would tell you different. I'm not as accomplished as they are, but I will tell you, using your feet always gets you closer to the ball.
Yeah, definitely. The use of the feet in this game is important, but one of the worst things you can have happen is that you use your feet and you yoke yourself. So one needs to be careful.
Zeta James is rushing on this time. A bit of indecision, but good sense prevailing. Zeta James, she is a bowl. Just 1 over, 6 runs coming off her first and only over. She's bowling over number 18. Just one. She wouldn't mind that. Pearl Etienne coming off strike. That's not a bad thing. Dominica wouldn't mind that. Regis moves on to, she's on 12.
James doing a good job.
She's looking to go the distance all the way. Yes, it does. Just clearing. No, just one drop just inside the ropes. We're going to get a look at it again, but it was a brutal stroke. It had everything on it. Unfortunately, not carrying over the ropes. Got into position quickly and gave it the long handle. Just inside.
Yeah, just inside.
It looks like it dropped on the rope, or maybe our team can give us another replay to see where it... see?
Lift your spirits, ladies. Come on, man.
It looked like hitting the rope to me. Maybe the umpires are just conferring. Looked like hitting the rope.
Inside. It seemed inside. It seemed just inside. So just inside, Jason, and crossing the rope. So 4 more to the total. Again, a good strike. That one really... No one looked for that shot, but Regis deciding, hey, I'm going for broke.
This time straight, a little bit up to the offside. Just one. Now that's the difference between a hairline, 2 runs. It's the difference between 4 and 6, just as minuscule as you can possibly get.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought it went for 6.
Minuscule of margins. That has brought Regis up to 17. Etienne is 34. She's on strike. Looking to turn it into the onside, a dangerous stroke. She's a more accomplished player. Could have been playing that through the offside and picking up some runs. She's much more accomplished than trying to drag it onto the onside.
Yeah, I think it was a bit premeditated, looking at the bit of space between the umpire and the field at mid-wicket.
This time she's looking to go again. What will happen this time? One bounce again. Same region. This time Pearl Etienne going after it. Same region. Just one bounce into the boundary. So there's some milk and honey down that side. And the Dominica is going after it. A required run rate of 31. You need 31 from 2 overs. Unless you've got Chris Gale and Viv Richards outside there. Maybe Brian Lara.
I think you may need a Yuvraj Singh.
Mahindra Singh Dhoni. He was very brutal as well.
Maybe a Kyron Pollard who had 6 sixes in an over. So definitely, if you can get 6 sixes in these 2 remaining overs, then it means that you have a victory. But outside of that, it's more or less mathematically impossible.
Come on.
Field is spread. St. Lucia wouldn't mind the singles. Yeah, well, it's been a hot day outside there, really. And it's been a hot day. It's hanging in the air, dropping short. No communication outside there. Somebody needed to say, hold on, mind, something. Normally in situations like these, the wicketkeeper has the glove, so the wicketkeeper should have the first priority.
Should have, but I think when you assess where that delivery went, always was leaving the keeper, so the fielder coming in stood the better chance of really getting there.
That's why Clyde Rondell John was a bowler. Once the wicketkeeper is going after it, Clyde, you back off. Remember to teach your sons and your daughters when playing cricket that once the wicketkeeper is going after it, you leave it alone. It's a delicate, deliberate edge.
Well, while you have a point there, Jason, I always teach my cricketers that the person coming in should have the bigger effort because the keeper has to turn and run back as to you running forward. So you have to make sure that you get there.
Good delivery. Just leaving the batter.
Try to keep the ball up.
Leaving Regis. Regis is on 18. 6 and 4, 10 more deliveries remaining. Let's forget the required run rate now. That has gone into a different sphere. The required run rate is no longer a concern. Neither is the current run rate. Maybe just looking at some good shots and some good running between the wickets now is satisfactory.
I think Dominica will at least try to get up to the 100 mark. That would be maybe the target of the two batters out there now. At least try to get 100 on the board and not get underneath anything under that. But so far, St. Lucia have really dominated early strikes, set the Dominicans on the back foot, and definitely they've been on the back foot ever since.
Well, Dominica, we had the manager of the Dominican team in our commentary booth a few days ago, and she did in fact say that at this stage, Dominica is in a rebuilding mood. Their cricket has been on the down for some time, and now they've started the rebuilding efforts. So there's a lot of young players in the squad, and they're just showing up here and giving themselves the good opportunity, the best opportunity, giving the situation their all. That's more than enough for them at this stage. But this unit staying together, I'm quite sure would be a force to be reckoned with, because collectively they've shown to be a good bunch. There's some good communication between the wickets with all the batters that we've seen in all the matches that they've played. They need to work on some strength and some technique. But the heart, they've got the heart, the will, they've got that as well.
Yeah, I think we can, and the Dominican team and management will feel proud of the girls. Definitely coming in, you can see quite a few young ones in the mix. And so they're just learning the trade. And give them, as you say, Jason, a few years, and you never know what will happen. Encouragement will be that they stick together.
Crofton is looking to add to her tally. She's had 2 wickets already. She's bowling her 3rd over. So far, she's gone for 4. She's been very economical, just 1.6. She's been very economical, picking up 2 wickets, Crofton. She picked up Fontaine and Gilbert. Fontaine for 2 and Gilbert without score.
That is not needed, buddy. That is not needed, buddy.
Yeah, Fontaine, left arm pacer, really seems to know what she's about. Though she didn't open the bowling, you saw Selena Ross, another left arm pacer, opening the bowling. But she backed up the bowlers really well, and so hats off to her.
Beating the outside edge, some good movement there from the left-hander, natural movement from the left-hander. Just shape dropping middle and off and moving away, luring the batter,
Oh my God.
pulling on a string.
Yeah, definitely. As a fast bowler, Jason,
Come on,
you would love
ladies.
to see that
Come on,
delivery,
ladies.
as it goes through. So I may not know much about the other areas, but I can tell you, must have felt good right there.
Slower delivery this time. Well negotiated.
But you see how it's walking
Regis
down
not
that goal?
looking bothered.
Yeah, because that was my
Understanding the
intention.
situation is almost it is impossible. It has it has gotten to the stage of impossibility, improbability. So
A little, yeah, much better then. Come on, one more.
last
Daddy,
delivery
one
of
more.
this innings. Dominica 93 for 6. Very last delivery of this Dominican innings.
Hey.
Looking to pull, and that's a fine way to end it. She brings up the end of the innings with a boundary. That's Regis hitting for 4, sending Crafton to square leg for 4. And Dominica, in search of 151, have ended on 97 for 6. Your thoughts, CR John?
Yeah, good victory there for St. Lucia. From the onset of the Dominican innings, they kept the pressure on. The 2 early strikes setting them back. Dominica just really, one would have hoped that they could get across the 100 mark just for a case of respectability, but that didn't happen. And so St. Lucia, convincing victory. Dominica again has to feel aggrieved. I think they drop chances, really put them on the back foot. They had the opportunity to get a few wickets and maybe restrict St. Lucia to a lower total, but in any case, it wouldn't have mattered much if they couldn't come and defend it. And as we see, they haven't been able to defend. St. Lucia really showing that they have a pretty good all-round game. They bat well, they bowl well. The catches that went up, they took all their catches. And so definitely St. Lucia looking a good outfit and seem to be, again, the team to beat in the T20 tournament.
Oh, they've played very well, St. Lucia. No doubt about that. And quite sure that they wouldn't mind this kind of condition. The wicket, very good wicket for batting. And a bowler will tell you there is something in it, but you've got to extract it. But St. Lucia wouldn't mind that at all. It's been more or less placid outside there for them in the batting. Should have done a whole lot more. I thought they would have gotten a whole lot more than 149, 150. I think they were looking initially at around 200, maybe 210 when they started the innings. But were able to defend their score, 150, not bad at all, and restricting Dominica to 97 for 6. Let's run through the Dominica scorecard quickly now. The only scores to write home about, Pearl Etienne not out on 39. She spent just over an hour outside there, an hour and 24 minutes. And Rosalina Regist in and out with 23 of 36 deliveries. Those were the only 2 in double figures for Dominica in their 97. Apart from that, 18 was the extras, so extras aided Dominica from St. Lucia. But other than that, everything else double digits, 5-0-2-0-5-5. And for the bowling, for St. Lucia, St. Lucia not known for their stellar bowling, but a good all-round game from them. And economical, the most economical of the bowlers, Crofton with 3 overs, picking up 2 wickets at an economy rate of an even 3. And other than that, Kiana Joseph bowled 3 for 9, but with no wickets. So while her economy rate was 3, the edge goes to Crofton, who picked up 2 wickets in the process. Ross also picked up 2 wickets, going for 25 in her 3 overs. But apart from that, the other wickets belong to Nisha Alexander, who picked up 2 from her 3. She went for 10. And that's the bowling card for St. Lucia. So match number 2 will commence in just a little bit. That will give us the opportunity to refresh ourselves and put things in place, preparations for match number 2. Just before we leave, have to tell our viewers that the Windward Islands, they have sealed a deal and beating Barbados. So the Windward Islands in a very clear position at the top of the table in the West Indies Regional 4-Day Championship. You're liking that, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely liking that. I think looking at the season that they had in 2023, not losing a game, but just missing out on a championship. And they seem eager, they seem hungry. They seem to have picked up from where they left off. And so it says that the boys understand what it is to be, winning and what it does for their confidence. And so you can see that they're confident, and one can just hope that they would go ahead and become the champions 2024.
Join us in a few minutes, everybody. We will be right back with the start of match number 2, where St. Vincent and the Grenadines will take on host country Grenada in their encounter, T20 female cricket, the Windward Islands female cricket tournament at Lassiter